Fair to Remember, I think, really kind of talks to me because over the last 25 years that I've been working with countless organisations, and the organisations I work with are in all sectors, so corporate, community, education, government. What I see very often is that there's the same issue in a lot of organisations. I see three common problems. And those common problems are ineffective leadership and a lack of vision, number one. Number two, ineffective communication and silos that grow in organizations. And number three, which results from the first two, is conflict and workplace agitation and frustration. And so an affair to remember really is I go into so many organizations still, and it just feels like so much humdrum, monotony. Like people come and people go. There's kind of no passion, you know? And I remember thinking there is a better way. There's a better way, and the better way is to first and foremost be passionate about your life. Be passionate about what you do. You know, have an affair. And most people think of affair as secretive and clandestine and a bit saucy. And I'm not suggesting that, I'm suggesting that, but to be passionate and optimistic about your business, about your life, about your children, about your marriage. Like, too many people don't have passion. They've lost the joie de vivre. The fun and excitement went on holiday, never came back. So you know what? Every day of my life I think, where can I have an affair to remember? And I want everybody else to start. Imagine if the whole world thought to themselves, right, we're going to have an affair to remember with our business, our marriages, ourselves, our children. How about the next country? How about the universe? Wouldn't we live in a different world? Working over countless organizations, and it doesn't matter which sector, so government, corporate, education, community, it really doesn't matter. And working across nations and internationally, the three common issues are the same wherever we go. Different dimensions or different intensities, but they are. Number one, ineffective leadership and a lack of strategic direction. So people don't know where they're going. I'll give you an example. So I was working with a board of 13 people, and we were employed to do some strategic direction with them. So I was there one night and I said, so tell me about the vision of your organization. Tell me what it is. And there was a lot of, not sure, maybe, oh, perhaps. And what was really interesting is that not one of the 13 people could tell me what their vision was. So the point is that if people at the top of the organization don't know what the vision is, how on earth do the people down the line know where we're going, right? Like, get the ducks in a row. But the ducks can't get in a row unless Mama and Papa Duck are in a row. That's the first thing. The second thing is ineffective communication or strategies. So a lot of the time leaders think that, oh, well, we'll just send everyone on a little training program in communicating with confidence for a day. And once they've done a day, then we're all sweet, we're right, we're fine. It doesn't work that way. Communication is a skill where we have to practice, and then we have to practice some more, and then we have to practice some more. And so I think in many ways for a lot of organizations, communication is an add-on. Oh, well, we'll get to it if we can, maybe, perchance. And in fact, in many ways, communication is everything to a business. Because if you don't communicate well around internally or externally with your clients, your customers, your staff, your projects, who's doing what and how, that's when we get called in. Can you help us because we've lost our way? And the second one the third one is conflict that goes on, constant conflict. So political agendas, people don't like each other, this what we call the silo mentality. So operations absolutely hates marketing, who've got no time for finance, who completely ignore operations. So four main, departments in an organization that should be critical to its overall success, but we're too busy white-anting. This one doesn't talk to that one, who won't give this one the time of day. And so the three, ineffective leadership, lack of vision, lack of effective communication and strategies, and ongoing workplace conflict. As a younger woman, I did a lot of organizational development and a lot of psychology, and I figured that from a fairly early age that the best way that I could share the knowledge that I had gained over time And a lot of the experiences that I have was through actually training others. And I was drawn to, I think I was drawn to the education area because I became a lecturer in psychology for many years, but I was at the same time doing organizational training. So I think I had maybe just a skill, or maybe a gift was given to me around being able to actually impart information, both to small groups of people, but also to large groups of people. And I really am very passionate about a lot of the things that I train in. I love the work that I do. And I think the reason why I say that is because all of the stuff that I do helps people and organizations grow at all levels. And I'm very, very humbled and privileged to be in the position I am, and very grateful. And I had the most amazing job working for a company, a huge company that employed 90,000 people. And I was their communications manager and organizational development manager, and I was really young, but I was just exposed to the most amazing amount of people, diverse cultures, backgrounds, languages. And in the role I had, I was able to travel around the country with the chairman of the board at the time, helping, communicate with his people. I was editor of an in-house newspaper, which won a couple of international awards at that time. And then I became very interested in sharing knowledge, but in also, I suppose, developing people and writing programs. So my psychology and my organizational development and training came from a very early age. I didn't really think to myself, right, I'm going to become an organizational change agent or a culture specialist or a psychologist. I think it was very evolving, and it's just given me the most amazing place to be in my life today. I love what I do, and the ability to share what I do across nations, countries, to work internationally is the most wonderful and it's just so awesome experience.